I'm Michael Coburn. I live here in the Cleveland area, actually in Hudson, and I'm on the planning committee for VeloSano. I got involved with riding a bike to raise money to cure cancer because my wife was diagnosed in 2007 with a rare form of carcinoid cancer. And you feel powerless when that happens. But this was something that really gave me some sense of control over the disease. And over the course of the last 7 years of going to the East Coast and being in part of the largest event like this in the country, we've raised over $75,000, and every dollar that went to research, and every dollar we raise in VeloSano is going to be used for research to cure cancer at the Cleveland Clinic, and there's nothing better than that. You know, when it comes to fundraising, it's intimidating for people, and I know it was for me when I did the ride that I was involved in. But the reality is, once you start and you send the message out, the response in itself is inspiring and really gives you that courage to keep asking people. And as I think it's important to note, having done this year after year, I have my regular people I go to, but if you just mention the story to someone, I've even mentioned it to a perfect stranger on a plane, and they wanted to know the address, and they gave me $500. It blew me away, but they wanted to do something. In the course of the 6 years of doing this ride on the East Coast, together, my wife has done the ride as well, we've raised over $75,000. And the vast majority of that has come from my coworkers. I was very open about her disease and how it affected us, and when I put out the note that said, would you be willing to support me, people were asking me, why didn't you send me that letter this year? How can I be part of this? So it's really amazing how much people actually want to give. I think another aspect of fundraising and being successful in it is to not be afraid to ask anyone and everyone. This really becomes a passion when you're involved in it. We hold a party and invite everyone over, celebrate my wife's success of surviving cancer, and then we have a basket out and invite them to be part of our journey as we raise money. To think about corporate fundraising and getting your company to match what you're raising on your own. And the matching that's come from my company has been amazing. It's probably contributed as much as 30 to 40% of my total fundraising efforts, and I value that, and I think companies realize people are looking for their own causes to be funded, and I think it's an important thing to use when you're doing your fundraising. Get the message out however you can. So we use our Facebook, we've sent tweets out to people, make them aware of it. There's actual links that you'll be able to send where people can just click on it from that piece of, whether it's Facebook or whatever it is, and get right in and make it easy. So it can all be done quickly and online, and people are happy to do that. When I'm working on fundraising, the key is to get the message out there. Why are you doing this? So you break through the clutter of all these other events that might be going on. This is different. This is 100% of the dollars going to the research. And what I do is I make sure people understand the story. In my case, it's my wife. And how is she doing, what's going on, how is the progress. In my case, I actually send updates out during the ride so they know what's going on and how am I progressing. And they think they couldn't do it, but they see what I'm doing and it encourages them. And then afterward, I send them the total results. What was the total picture? How did they contribute to the success? And each year, people, I think, believe it or not, look forward to being part of that. The key to curing cancer is to research and find that cure. And the ability to do that locally by getting involved with VeloSano and the Cleveland Clinic is really powerful. And the great thing is every dollar that we raise is going to go directly to that research at the clinic, but the results of that are going to be felt not only in the state, but across the country, and who knows, around the world. We could find a cure here that hasn't been found anywhere else. When you go about fundraising, you may think that's challenging or that's hard, but the other thing to think about is you think about people going through chemo or suffering with cancer. It really puts that in context, is how hard is it to really go out and raise some money that will ultimately, potentially change the course of this disease. So I think that all comes together and makes it worth it. And the reality is people want to be part of the cure. We want to be part, when they write the story on how cancer went away, VeloSano and the people who donated to it, people want to be part of that.